What's up, guys? How's it going? This is Tyson with Prepare My Funnel, and this is
Devin.
Devin. Right on. We're glad to be with you guys today. This is our Sunday, but we're coming to you live on Monday morning, hopefully, in your inbox here. Today, we have another issue of Tech Time newsletter where we'll be covering a couple things. Starting off, we're going to be talking about the different updates with ClickFunnels 2.0, if there's any new releases. After that, we'll be touching briefly on something new with Meta that we gotta jump in with, and then after that, we'll be talking about the tool of the week. And I skipped over one actually. We're gonna be talking about one other thing with split tests as well, for tips and tricks that you need to be aware of as you move forward from today on out. All right. And then I think lastly, we have the giveaway. We're going to touch a little bit more on at the very end here, but um,
The
the
what did you say? The
the
what?
giveaway. I think we're gonna. What didn't you say we want to enter with a and then
It's funny. It's funny because you're whispering and like Zoom, I feel like thinks that it's someone else trying to talk behind you. So it's like kind of cutting you out when you're saying giveaway. It's like giveaway. But yeah, that's the thing that I'm always excited for. So yeah, we're definitely going to be touching base more on that here towards the end. So you definitely want to stick around to the end. And back to you, Tyson. What else is going on?
Yeah. Okay. So let's kick it off with feature releases for the week, guys. First thing, actually, only thing that we have for you this week is going to be the ability to delete marketing email addresses, which may not sound crazy, but I have stacked up email addresses for the past 2 years, and I'll tell you, there's probably like 40 of them that need to be deleted tomorrow. So uh, it's on the list. It is on the list.
Don't underestimate the ability to actually be able to delete something that's just been piling up for so long, So I think this is really cool actually.
Remember when they, for like sections and stuff, sections and save sections or universal sections, you just couldn't get rid of
Don't
them. And
don't remind me. Don't remind me. And then I had just like these random stacks of sections that I was building out for other people just to show them examples. Then I'm
yeah,
going through my account and I'm like, what the hell is all this?
I have
And then
no
you
idea. Yeah,
couldn't like
exactly.
rename it or anything. And I'm just like, example section 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm like, what is this? But yeah, no, this is cool. This is cool.
100%. So we're coming back around to that, which is I'm excited to be able to clean that up a little bit. The next thing after that is, I mean, it's kind of it's cool, but it has some weird undertones to it. Meta is expanding their AI studio for influencers and creators, and yes, they are making it so you can communicate with brands and stuff like that while they're away. And I don't know. What are your thoughts on this, Devin?
I okay. I'm somewhere in the middle. I love AI. I think things like Chat GPT and stuff like that are lifesavers sometimes to get the ball rolling with things. Um, I I have always like been just like somewhere between on the fence and a little bit over it, maybe one leg over the fence with Metas or Facebook. I don't even feel like I'm allowed to call it Facebook anymore. Maybe I am. I don't know. But with their
Tough not
AI,
to.
it yeah, it's kind of interesting because like one day I was just like scrolling through posts and I clicked on something and you have all these like suggested things. It's like tell me more about this, and I accidentally clicked it and it starts going off on this like rant of like research, and I'm like, whoa, what did I just get myself into? But I think this is actually kind of interesting. It's a what do they call it? Like a catch 22, because as somebody who might be very busy, maybe you have hundreds of thousands of followers or something like that, right? And you want to keep that engagement going with your followers. This is
Hmm.
an excellent way to do that. I would just say, tread lightly with that too, because at some point, you can personalize AI and stuff like that to have your voice, but in some ways, it loses that personal touch at the same time. So that's why I'm always like somewhere in between. But I think it's beautiful. I really think it's beautiful.
Sure, sure. So just to touch back on it, the release here with Meta, or what they're releasing, is the ability for influencers to create avatars directly on the platform, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook or anything within the Meta universe, basically, where you can interact with influencers and brands. Uh, they're allowing you to set up these avatars where you're training it to talk like you and be like you and answer like you and point people in the right direction, right? It's allowing you to create that avatar directly inside of their platform and allow your customers or audience to engage while you're not there or you might be away. So fun stuff. Again, it opens this door for a lot of things for businesses when it comes to continuity or keeping people in the loop or basically staying online forever.
Sure.
You're never offline now at this point. That's what that means. But you also lose a little bit of personal touch, like Devin was saying. So it is a catch 22 to in my eyes as well. I it's cool, but I'm also a little bit curious to where this is going to go.
I think too that the thing is if you're anything like I know you and I are, sometimes it's really hard to like turn that switch off in your brain of being like, okay, it's time to rest, it's time to step away. So I think tools like this give you that avenue and like peace of mind if you are constantly thinking about like business and stuff to say, you know what, there's still going to be some engagement going on there. If somebody messages me, I don't necessarily have to message them back right away or even
Hmm.
ever if I don't feel like it. Maybe I am spending time with my family. You can have that peace of mind of knowing, hey, I've trained this AI in a sense that it's going to be interacting with people. So there's always some benefits to that too. So I think it's really cool to think about.
Definitely. So if you want to learn more about that or check out, there's actually gonna be a video that was recorded with Zuckerberg and all this good stuff. There he talks a little bit more in depth on this. He speaks a little bit vague, but he gives you more of a context around it. This will be in our blog post. Just click the link within that section of the newsletter, and it'll take you to check that out and view more about it. All right. Moving down though, we are talking about the tip of the week, or in this case, the how-to of the week, where basically I'm walking you through how to create split paths, or actually URLs for your split paths inside of funnels, which might sound crazy and you're like, why would I ever want to use this? But in reality, if you have a split path running or split test running inside of your funnel, maybe for your order form, and it's maybe like third step down, you don't have an actual URL for that split path. So you can only send them to one direct URL, not both. This is going to allow you to get past that and actually keep using your split tests and make sure you're optimizing your pages and keeping the ball rolling there. That's the main thing with that. There will be a video for that as well, step-by-step walkthrough and all that good stuff.
Now, what is this actually called inside of ClickFunnels? Because there's an app I just want to like touch base on that you're going to be kind of going on in this video. This is the short links, right?
Short links. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Short
Yeah,
links inside of
cool.
the app or inside of the app universe with ClickFunnels 2.0. Well, App Center is what I've been referring to it more and more as.
I
Um,
like App Center, Appsiverse, you know, like a universe.
Appsiverse, Appsiverse. Okay. As more things are released, that's I feel like it's fitting. It makes sense. But yeah, short links is where that is created. Essentially, you're going in and you're creating a central URL that you can use within your emails, and then you're taking each of the URLs for your split tests in your funnel and placing it within that setup. So when people go to the URL you create, it splits people, based off of your desired percentage. It makes more sense in video. Go check it out. I walked
You
through this step by step.
basically you don't ever have to feel inclined to use something called Bitly anymore, basically. Um,
Exactly. And you can also track
yeah.
links and clicks and all, or like it gives you stats on the engagement around that link, which is still pretty dang cool. All in ClickFunnels. Yeah,
Definitely a honestly it's not talked about enough, you know, and I know you and I had kind of touched base on it one time and you were talking about short links and I was like, you know, what are short links in ClickFunnels? I remember and you and I kind of dove into it one day and I was like, wait, this is incredible. You mean I don't ever have to worry about using something like Bitly or a link shortener and it actually looks good. It's not like, you know, it's not like ClickFunnels dash dot lee slash whatever. It's like you can actually use your domain slash whatever path you create, and
Yeah,
it
that's
just kind
nice.
of creates that short link redirect. And it has, like you said, stats. You can do split tests in it. It's honestly incredible. It is a completely free tool inside of ClickFunnels, and oh man, it's amazing. We've been using it a lot lately. Um, on that note, too, just kind of going down the bend here, we wanted to take a little bit of a different approach this week with our tool that we wanted to spotlight. In the last couple of issues, we've been spotlighting tools that are specific to like actually building funnels. This week, we wanted to touch base on a tool called Speechify. Now, Speechify kind of goes in that realm of AI as well. You can use Speechify to essentially have like real sounding voices read you like PDFs, web pages, stuff like that. So it
Mhm.
becomes a tool that you could even use in a sense of like research as well. But I wanted to kind of get your take on this because I know you use this on a daily basis. How do you feel about Speechify, and what are some of the big things that you think are worth touching base on with this tool?
Yeah, definitely. Speechify has been probably one of my favorite tools for the last, I don't know, year and a half, maybe. Basically, anything text you can turn into speech. You can have it read to you. Personally, I get a little sleepy when I'm trying to research different topics, and you're going down this rabbit hole of you the educational content. Sometimes it's so dry, right?
Sure.
And Speechify changes the game a little bit by having a voice added to it. You can change the speed. Right now I'm around like 3x. But you can go up from there. I
you
think it goes
never
up to
you
like
never want to
5x.
join a book club with Tyson. You never want to join a book club with Tyson because if you guys are reading the same book, I'll be like halfway through the book and he'll be like on book two. He's like, "Bro, did you like the ending?" I'm like, "I don't say anything. I'm still like halfway through. I'm going at like 2.7. He's like at 3.8 speed." What is your favorite voice that you use inside of Speechify? Just curious.
Honestly, I go with the owner of the company. His name is Cliff. I don't know why. I've enjoyed it. It seems like there's uh, less breakups throughout the text, where it's like AI enhanced and the inclinations. Geez, I can't even say it. Basically, as you go through it, it seems to uh, warp the best for the text it's reading, which is really nice. Um, and it doesn't sound terrible at high speeds. They have one for Snoop Dogg in there, which is hilarious, but past like 2.5 speed, it doesn't sound like Snoop Dogg anymore, and it sounds a little off to me. So I go for the ones that are a little bit more more generic. There's another one in there named John. I think that's my other go-to. He's pretty he's pretty good too.
So you, John, and Cliff are all pretty tight then.
Yeah, best friends. Funny enough, you can also record your own voice. If you wanted to read audiobooks to yourself, or anything like that, you can go in
Mm,
and technically have it record your
that's good.
voice.
That's gonna be a no from me. I don't know if I'd want to
Hey, it's
hear
an
my
option.
voice.
Whatever. It's an option, all right. But one other thing to touch on besides like the capability of reading anything that's text-based, I use it for web pages, obviously for research and PDFs that are long, I could take on a road using my phone or anything like that. It has like an AI assistant built into it where you can have it summarize the entirety of what you're reading, whatever document it is, the web page, it can summarize it for you, put in bullet points, it can put it in paragraphs for you, so you can read it just like a chunk of it and understand the majority of what you're reading.
That's
You can,
incredible. Actually, I didn't know that. So it can give you just like cliff notes of like
oh yeah,
whatever it is you have in front of it. That's
exactly.
crazy.
Yeah. Even you can ask a specific questions about what you're reading. And so like what is for example, you'd be like, what is Speechify? Right. And it would go in and summarize if that article and find the answer for it if you're reading something about Speechify, right? Or if you're looking at our blog, you can want to summarize the exact topic that we're talking about, right? Anything like that, you can have it go in and pull things from it and give you answers you need, which is crazy.
Nice. Just curious, what does something like this cost? What does Speechify cost?
I think it cost me like 120 a year. So it does come
Gotcha.
with a price tag, but it has been worth it. Telling you, hands down. They have a
Right
free
on.
trial you can use as well, but it only lets you, I think, listen to like a set number of words or something like that. Whereas the other one's unlimited for what I need. So,
I did a when you originally introduced me to it, I did a free trial, I think, for like 7 days. And
mhm.
while you were in that trial, it let you do specific voices. And then,
Yeah,
like you said, you couldn't max out like a certain word count a day. But it gives you a good taste of like what it is, and you could upload PDFs, you could take pictures of things that you wanted to read. So I'd say even within that trial, it gives you a good sense of kind of everything it has to offer.
yeah. Oh, one last thing I want to touch on this. It lets you save any blog article, anything that you're reading online, directly to their library. So you can go and read it on your phone. You can, it's in your library, no matter what device type you're on, and you can just return back to it at any point. You don't have to go to the website. It's in your library. Last point I'm going to talk on, tell you about, but it's definitely one of my favorite apps. I geek out about this.
Yeah. Well, Tyson, I feel like when it comes to Speechify, you're just really good at telling stories about it. This is a good segue into, let's say, our question of the week, which we were kind of just thinking over here is, how can storytelling really enhance marketing efforts, right? I think a lot of times people, when they're trying to sell a product or trying to sell a service, it's like, okay, we have this product, we have this service, we know it's good. We're just going to kind of throw some words on the page and see if it sticks. But I think storytelling is a very underestimated piece to the puzzle that can really like transform your marketing and make people engage more at the sense of, oh, okay, like you're really getting this emotional connection, right? You're allowing people to engage with the stories, maybe relate to the stories. It's giving them more clarity on like the context of like ideas and stuff like that you're touching base on. Um, Man, I think even who was it? Was it Russell or Jim Edwards actually had a product that they sold called Storytelling Secrets.
Hmm.
That's why it's so powerful. So like I said, I think it's so easy to kind of have something that you put out there and put all this work into the product itself or the service itself that you're selling, but not put effort into telling a story and conveying a message and connecting with people on why it needs their attention, right?
Yeah.
This kind of goes back to like we were talking about earlier, like storytelling kind of gives people like that human touch of, hey, like this person's relatable. He's not just this random guy behind the camera. I can relate with Devin because of that story he told about X, Y, and Z. Like I went through that same exact thing. Like this is crazy. I had no idea. And I think like Russell and people like that are very, very good at humanizing themselves in a way where it's natural to look at them and be like, oh, well, how am I ever going to relate to a guy like Russell Brunson who has this company, ClickFunnels? Like, he doesn't know what I'm going through. But if he takes it a step back and tells a story about where he was when he was at that same point in his life that you are now, you're suddenly like, it's breaking that barrier of entry of being like, oh my goodness, he knows exactly how I feel. And if he can get past that point and get to where he is now, like maybe I can. I don't know if you wanted to touch more on this as well, Tyson. But yeah, that's just kind of I think the importance in my mind of like storytelling when it comes to like marketing overall.
I think people resonate with stories more than anything else. We've been speaking in stories since the days of the cave, right? Don't you remember back in the days where we lived in the cave, right?
Yeah, yeah.
People would like sit around like fires and like just tell stories, and that's how like things would be passed from generation to generation. So it just makes perfect sense why you should also incorporate that into what you do for your own business or just how you communicate with people. Like we resonate with stories so much more than just facts and figures and just nonsense, right? If you tell a story about your product and make it so it's more personified or like it has a backstory, it has something that people can really resonate with, like you were saying, it's going to change the game with how people perceive you and your product, right? So. it's whether or not you incorporate this in your business is up to you, but just day-to-day life, it just makes things a lot more fun, I'll tell you. One book to plug for this is going to be Storyworthy. It is definitely one of my favorite reads. It's by Matthew Dix, and you can find it on Amazon. You can find it anywhere, basically. But it walks through the art of storytelling and how to cultivate the stories that you have around you that you don't even see as something that you can use or leverage in your messaging, right? It's worth it. It's something super powerful. There's one thing actually that he talks about in that book that is probably the most impactful that I've found is the act of is it daily homework for life is what he calls it, where basically every single day you write down like 2 or 3 points of the highlights for your day, things that happened, major points. Doesn't have anything crazy. It could be you went to the store and you noticed your wife sitting in the side or the passenger seat and the sun hit her just right and oh man, it brought you back to this one time other time where you just met or something like there's so many other things that you can relate this back to. But anyways, you go every day and you add to this. You can do it on sheets, you can do it on a piece of paper, you can do it anywhere, preferably probably somewhere where you can easily access it every day. But you just add to it 1 or 2 points. And
So
from that,
basically taking stuff throughout your day and relating it back to a story in your life that potentially you can have this vault of stories that you can refer to that might be relatable with something that you're trying to sell, with something that you're kind of bringing before somebody. I think that's, man, that's incredible. Got to
yeah,
start my
it's just
story vault.
one of the things. It doesn't have to be relate to another memory or anything. It's just one core thing that you want to write down that you would like to remember. And also, it's another way to for you to like skim back through. It doesn't marketing unrelated or unrelated to marketing. You can go in and you basically have this vault or database of all these memories, and you can read one point and you're like, oh, brought right back to that time and place and you remember the smell that was in the air at that moment in time, the way the sun was positioned at that moment, the way everything was laid out in the room that you were in, like everything starts coming back to you. It's just you're taking your memories back and keeping them basically sacred. It's keeping them safe.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey Tyson. Hey
Hey,
Tyson.
tell me.
You know what time it is? Did you
I
get your
feel
drum
like I
set out?
do.
Do you have a drum roll?
Dude, I said it last time and I don't have a drum roll, man. All right.
You know what? Let's just start making a lot of noise. We wanted to talk to you guys as we promised about what, Tyson?
About I think a giveaway. It's going to be a special giveaway that we've been waiting for probably this entire video. For you, not for us, for you.
I've been waiting for this my entire life.
Whoa, pal. No, we have a giveaway lined up, guys, and it is still on. We are announcing it on July 25th. If you're not aware, we are giving away the pro service to 3 lucky readers for this newsletter. Or well, actually anybody. You can share it with anybody that uses ClickFunnels, really. Where we do a couple things for you. The main thing is that we are providing a done for you service around ClickFunnels tasks, right? Say page isn't submitted, and you're not sure what's happening, you need someone to investigate it, change it, fix it, all that good stuff. We got you covered, and we will take advantage, or not take advantage, you take advantage of us going in and doing it for you without you having to really think about it. Just tell us where to go, what you're having problems with, and we will take care of it.
So you're telling me that I could break a funnel and I could just be like, hey guys, I don't want to deal with this. You fix it for me.
Basically, yeah, you could definitely send it our way.
What
Just let us
what did
know.
I get myself into? Oh my goodness. Just kidding.
It could be anything else. It doesn't have to be broken funnel. It could be literally like, I need help setting up an integration. I need help making sure that this color is set in the right spot. I don't know why this button's not working. Anything ClickFunnels related. We have basically been involved in the platform extensively for the past, I don't know, combined maybe like 8 years. I don't know. Is that fair to say?
I would say so. I would say
Easily.
so.
So
Yeah.
take advantage of that. We are happy to help in any way we can when it comes to that stuff. Aside from that, we are providing what, Devin? What else? What else comes with this?
We got live calls every week. We have a private Facebook community. if there's not a live call going on and you still need assistance, we do premium Loom support through videos to kind of show you what's going on. We offer 2 funnel audits per month, meaning you can uh, give us your funnel and be like, hey, can you just like tear this apart? Like, tell me what's good, what's bad, what you would fix, what you would keep. Um, Premium template releases. And then obviously, like we mentioned before, that done for you service, it's unlimited tasks too. So that means you're not going to hit like 5 tasks in a week and we're going to be like, listen, you're too needy, we're going to cut you off, I'll hit you back up on Monday, let me know if you have any tasks, go to YouTube, figure it out yourself. No, we would never do that. It's just going to be, you know what, whatever tasks you have, you're going to throw it at us, we're going to help you, we're going to fix it, and you're going to be on your way. This is just the perfect way to kind of make sure that your business is being lifted up and not experiencing these roadblocks where you're like, man, I was doing great. Now I hit this roadblock. I have no idea what to do. And until I fix this, like, who knows what's going to happen? You could rest assured knowing that, hey, I'm just going to pass this on to Devon and Tyson. They're going to fix it for me. And then we're going to be good. So definitely something you guys don't want to miss out on. There's going to be a link in the newsletter below where you can actually enter. And it's a really cool system where if you do certain tasks at the end after you enter, it actually creates more entries for you. So the more tasks you do, like sharing it, liking our Facebook page, stuff like that, you get more entries to win. And yeah, don't be afraid to share it with a friend who you might think would benefit from this as well.
Yeah, at this point we have just about 200 entries and it's piling up. People are coming in. So if you want a chance to win this and you want to walk away victorious by, well, we're not on my birthday, I should say that. It's going to be a gift to me, but also to you. And we want to make sure that it is a special day. So check it out. There will be a link again in the email. All you have to do is opt in and you'll be entered to win. All right. That's it. That's all you have to
Sounds
do.
easy enough. I like it. Did you say 200 entries?
200 entries. Yeah, it is it's slowly climbing here. So if you want to be part of the madness here, or one of the people that get to win this experience, again, just check it out. We're here for you. All right, and that is a wrap, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. And yeah, that's it.
We'll see you next time.